Are you getting ready to celebrate 4th of July this week? Well, before you light up the sparklers or start the grill, there are some safety tips you should know. I caught up with Katie Smoke from Community Health Works to learn more. So 4th of July, it's that time of the year. Everyone wants to be outside. What do we need to know to protect ourselves while we're outside and having fun?
Yeah, so first of all, Community Health Works just wants to encourage everybody to get out and get active. It's the best time of year to do that, but first we need to know a few tips just to protect ourselves. So the sun. If we're out in the sun, we want to make sure that we're wearing our sunscreen, SPF 15 or higher. We also want to make sure that we're wearing our sunglasses to protect our eyes. And it's recommended that you wear sunglasses that are rated to block out 100% of UV sunlight. Also, you want to make sure that you're drinking plenty of water, and I think you should be good.
Now, 4th of July, you're going to have people grilling, you're going to have people cooking out. Is there any safety tips when it comes to, cooking these kinds of foods?
Yeah, so bacteria is going to be our primary concern. So if you're handling food, you want to make sure that you're washing your hands. You also want to make sure that the surface that you have your food on is clean. You also want to make sure that there's no cross-contamination. So if you're grilling meat, you don't want that in your salad, obviously. And also you want to keep your hot food hot and your cold food cold, because if it's not at the temperature that it's supposed to be, then it's going to be a breeding ground for bacteria.
And you mentioned hot, cold. It's going to be hot temperature-wise.
Right.
What about when it comes to, kids want to swim or jump in the lake or just cool off? And is there any water safety tips that would be good to keep in mind when you're out celebrating this weekend?
Yeah, so you would be surprised how many people get in the water and then realize they don't know how to swim. So our first tip is going to be to make sure you know how to swim. Also, you want to be aware of your surroundings. If they're kids, you want to make sure that you have an eye on them. You also never want to dive in head first. In a pool, that might be okay if you know the depth of it, but as far as lakes and rivers, you just want to avoid that. You also, if you're boating, you want to make sure you're wearing your life vest, and you want to avoid alcohol because it's going to impair your judgment. It's going to affect your ability to swim.
And you cannot have 4th of July without fireworks.
Right.
Is there any tips to, protect yourself if you're doing sparklers or just doing some kind of fireworks celebration?
Yeah, so the U.S. Consumer Product Safety Commission actually has a statistic out that says in the month of July, on average, 200 people each day are going to end up in the emergency room because of firework-related injuries. Right. So normally that's going to be burns to the hands, the fingers, or the head region. And so what we want to recommend is that you never allow children to play with fireworks. Also, if you have lit a firework and it hasn't gone off all the way, you don't want to try to relight it or try to pick it up. You just want to leave it alone. And also, you want to make sure that you keep a bucket of water or a hose around in case a fire does start. And also, you just want to light one at a time. If you're going to use them, you want to light one and move far away rather than lighting quite a few and staying kind of close. So that should keep you safe for the 4th of July.
And for more health tips, check out chwg.org. And after the